Your life as a 2000s Disney star. Your life being a teen celebrity in the mid to late 2000s definitely gives you a very unique place in pop culture and American history. Let's say the year is 2005, 2006. You're 17 or 18. You audition for a musical or a TV show. You took acting classes or singing classes, or maybe you didn't take classes at all. Maybe you just have natural talent. You go to the studio, you audition for the movie or the TV show, and to your shock and utter amazement, you actually land the role. What happens now? You're a 17-year-old guy. You get called to Disney Studios and you go to a casting table to read your script with the cast. You're thinking, how did I get here? I was just a high school kid last year. Now I'm going to be in a famous movie or TV show. My life will never be the same again. An attractive girl sits beside you. You two start talking and you realize, oh my gosh, she's really beautiful. We have such good chemistry. We can really make this movie work. However, you are conflicted about this somewhat. You realize this. I have a girlfriend back home. Shouldn't I try to stay with her? She knew me before I got famous. But this new girl, Veronica, she is so hot. Wow, she is way more attractive and pretty than my previous girlfriend. And if I don't date Veronica, it will be awkward filming. You know, we won't have chemistry and the studio will not like it. So what do you do in this situation? You break up with your ex, of course. I mean, your current girlfriend. You literally text her saying, because of work schedule, this is not going to work, and goodbye. You feel bad about it. You feel sad. You think, I just sacrificed a 2-year high school relationship for fame and money. But gotta do what gotta do in order to survive, so that's just part of it. And then you start filming this musical with Veronica and a lot of other people. You don't really have experience singing in the same sense Veronica does. Veronica has literally been doing musical theater since the time she was 5 or 6. And you don't want someone else singing your role. That would be embarrassing and humiliating. So you start practicing for hours, day in and day out, morning and night. And also, you get a vocal coach. I mean, to perform at that level, you have to. You don't admit it to the public. Oh no, if the public found out that an unexperienced person was trying to learn how to sing rapidly for a role, they might think negatively of you. Everything has to be a secret in this line of work. You're not as good as Veronica singing, but you get to a level where you can hold your own. You're decent, passable, at least for the first movie. And then you start getting massive paycheck, $2-3 million a year. It's like, dang, I used to work at McDonald's making $7.25 an hour. Now I'm making $2-3 million a year. How is this even possible? Except this is what happens next. The stress of the job gets to you. Paparazzi chasing you and your girlfriend, getting death threats in the mail by crazy people you've never met. You realize, yes, I have money. Yes, I have fame. But it's a golden cage. So what do you do when you're in a golden cage? You start to act up and go wild. A friend, let's call the friend Robert, gives you a powdery substance for you to try. It's cocaine, of course. You know it's dangerous. You know it's terrible for your health, but you're so overwhelmed by the stress of fame, long work hours, exhaustion, drama with your girlfriend. You decide to snort it anyway. And once you do this, just like that, you find yourself addicted, absolutely addicted to it. You start snorting it before and after filming. You're so good at concealing it that no one knows. No one knows you are struggling within. You also start drinking a lot of alcohol because the cocaine gets you pepped up for film shoots, but you crash down. You have to have something to take the edge off. So what do you do with that? You start drinking Havana Club rum. It's illegal to import it from America, but you don't care. You pay your assistant to go to Canada and bring several bottles back for you. Half the glass of rum, half the glass of the Coke. At night, you are completely plastered and out of it. But again, you don't do it in public, so no one really knows. You start having fights with your girlfriend on set over small, stupid things. There's no cheating, there's no abuse. There's just two people who have to be around each other 18 to 14 hours a day together. Hours of singing romantic love songs, hours of doing scenes together. Anyone who's in close proximity long enough will eventually get into a fight. But you two work it out. You're in a 3 or 4 year contract for 3 or 4 movies. You have to get along, or at least the appearance of getting along. You go on vacation with Veronica to Cancun. But it's not a vacation in the sense that ordinary people think. Word gets out that you all boarded Aeromexico first class to Cancun from LA. Paparazzi literally buy tickets in economy just to be closer to you. You get to the resort. You think, oh, it's inclusive resort. Security will keep them out. Wrong. Paparazzi gets rooms in the hotel with you just to stalk you. You and Veronica try to go to the beach. People with cameras are following you. And since this is the mid to late 2000s, they're not filming you with smartphones. They're filming you with big-ass, bulky cameras. You do not get a moment of privacy. Whenever you try to eat at the hotel restaurant, people with cameras are following you. Crazy fans are screaming, wanting pictures with you, wanting autographs with you. You go back to LA, realizing we might be rich celebrities, but we literally have no freedom. 2 years pass. The last movie of the musical is made. You and Veronica get along better now. You two are now seasoned veterans of the industry. You win in this together and you will get through this together. The movie ends. You have to go on a press tour with the cast all over the world. Takes up 5 or 6 months. You can kiss the idea of going on vacation goodbye with this. It's just not going to happen. It's just not on the cards. But when the movie ends, you and Veronica are not around each other every day. She has film projects in Canada. You have film projects in LA. It's hard to see each other every day when you're not in close proximity. Without Veronica to keep you grounded, you get out of control. You start doing other drugs, not just cocaine and alcohol. You start doing Xanax. You start doing opium. You start doing Molly. You start doing psychedelics like LSD and shrooms. And this becomes harder to hide. You start showing up to film sets high or drunk. The press notices this, and your reputation suffers damage. The tabloids are talking about 19-year-old Disney star shows up drunk or high to set. Your girlfriend in Canada hears about this and calls you, begs you to stop, says that my film ends in 3 or 4 months and I'll come back to see you. Unless she's around you to keep you calm and happy, it won't work. And then the stress and pressure starts getting to you. You need some kind of romantic companion. What you're about to do now will not make you proud. You will regret it terribly in the end, but you start having affairs with other women, other female co-stars. You're doing very inappropriate things with them you shouldn't have done. You're not with the girl that's been with you for 3 or 4 years if you're a fame wife, not the person who has stood by you when you were crying, screaming, and stressed out. No. You go for someone you barely know for short-term gratification. Unfortunately, the press gets pictures of this. Veronica finds out. She doesn't break up with you, at least not yet. She understands why you did it. You weren't around her and you couldn't see her for a while. She's not justifying it. She's not agreeing with it. She just says, I understand why you chose this. Veronica comes back from the movie. You stop seeing the other girls. You and her, for 5 or 6 months, are living together, living normally. You've toned down the drug and the alcohol use. You still do it occasionally, but it's not an everyday thing. Then you get called to go to Italy to film a movie for 6 or 7 months. Veronica is called to film a movie in Georgia for 6 or 7 months. You will not be around each other for a long, long time. You get to Italy, and without her calming presence, you spiral out of control. You start snorting more cocaine. You start smoking heroin. You really lose all self-control. The media finds out, and you are suspended from the movie. You are literally dropped. Veronica finds out that you have been going to strip clubs, you have been seeing escorts and doing a lot of other things you shouldn't be doing after dating her for 4 or 5 years. She finally gets sick of your degeneracy and your out of control behavior and dumps you. You're literally sitting there in your hotel room crying. You have lost the love of your life. You have lost your career because you were too young when you got this job. You did not have the discipline or self-control to manage yourself. You were then on a plane out to rehab. Your career in ruins, your relationship in ruins, and you being an utterly broken man.